So welcome to another episode of No Fluff, No Passes with the Evil Twin. So brother, today is Apple Day, right? We just watched the Apple event and I have some thoughts and I know you got some thoughts. We just finished watching it. So let's go down and have some fun and do a recap of the Apple event. So sit back and relax and get your popcorn ready and follow us on this journey. Let's go. What's up, guys? So welcome to another episode of No Fluff, No Passes with the Evil Twin. So this Apple event was all about the iPads, which I really like the iPads, right? I really do like the iPads. The new iPads is great. It has a new thin design and all the power you need to get the job done. So let's talk about first on the list, brother, is that new iPad Airs. Now, it comes in two sizes, 11-inch and a huge 13-inch, and it's coming with that powerful M2 chip. So this is going to be very fast here for iPad, right? Plus, now, finally, 128 gigs of base storage. And the price? $599, $799 respectively. And you know what? That's my thoughts about the iPad Air. It's going to be very powerful, brother, but I know you have thoughts. So let me hear your thoughts about it. Well, you know what, brother? I mean, it is what it is, right? The iPad Air will probably fit 99% of most users. The M2 chip, that's going to be great, right? Think about this. M2 chip that was in the iPad Pro a few years ago is now in the Air. So basically, you get in the 2022 iPad Pro in 2024 at a cheaper price. Remember in 2022 when the iPad, Pro 11-inch was $799 for 128 gigs and $12.99 for 128 gigs. You get the same performance for $599 and $799. Kind of curious why they don't put the M3 processor in it. But you know what? The M2 processor from 2 years ago, it's still one of the most powerful chips that you could put in a tablet. So you know what, brother? I don't have no issues with that because it's a great chipset. Believe me, it's a great chipset. That is interesting, right? They are putting the 2022 chips in it, stuff like that. But let's talk about the iPad Pros, right? Very thin and light devices. Comes in two designs, different colors. 11-inch, 13-inch respectively. It has a new updated display, OLED, 1600 nits of peak brightness, which is insane. Now, both iPads get the same high-end displays, which is great. The new iPad has the new M4 processor in it. That super powerful 3nm process. Again, insane. We get Final Cut Pro, Logic Pro updates, right, which is insane. It has multicam support with the ability to connect 4 iPhones to your iPad. There's some functionality and features that's called multi-view, multi-cam or something. And also Final Cut camera is now on the iPad. So we have some upgraded accessories like the Magic Keyboard, the Apple Pencil, that has some squeezing features and stuff like that, and Find My Pencil feature, so you won't lose your feature. Now, the base storage is going to be 256 gigs at $999 for the 11-inch, $12.99 for the 13-inch, and the keyboard will set you back $299 for the 11-inch. $349 for the 13-inch. Looks like Apple is going to the next level here, bro, with these iPad Pros. Pretty expensive, but the next level, right? The next level. God, that's expensive, man. Right. Look, I knew Apple was going to bring the thunder. And the features, wild us, wild me, wild you, the power of these new iPad Pros is just mind-boggling. M4 chips are insane in an iPad. I would say this, brother, that if you're a content creator that shoot all your videos on iPhones, this multi-camera support with Final Cut Pro plus the Final Cut Pro app will be amazing. I'm just keeping it real, bro, for filmmakers. Look, bro, I really don't have a lot of bad things to say about the new iPads, especially if you are in the Apple ecosystem. If you want an all-in-one powerful device to get the job done, iPads will be your device. Look, that's the good news. But let's talk about some of the bad news. and I'm gonna say this, the price. I mean, it's something to talk about, right? I mean, $1,300 for the iPad Pro 13-inch. You got to spend $349 for the keyboard. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's $256, still a bit high, right? And if you get the keyboard and the iPad, that's $1,650, right? Plus tax. That's a MacBook, in my opinion. Look, that's nothing new with Apple, right? Apple's always been expensive, but damn, man, these iPad Pros is very expensive. Plus with the pencil, you got to pay $129 for the pencil. So the iPad Pro 13-inch with all the bells and whistles will cost you about $1,700 before tax. That's right at about $2,000 if you want all the bells and whistles. That's insane for a tablet. And you know what? The last thing I would say, that if you're buying an iPad for content creation, right, editing videos, 256 gigs won't be enough. So you might want to look at the 512, which is $1,500, or the 2 terabyte, which is $2,300. Those would be the options. So at that point, right, it's going to be very expensive. And again, MacBook Pros would probably be my recommendation at that price point. I don't know if I would recommend an iPad for $2,300, especially if you want to get all the bells and whistles. You talk about $2,500. Yeah, you know, brother, I would tell you, yeah, I would agree. MacBook Pros would be the recommendation if you go spend over $2,000 here, you know. And think about this, right? I agree with you on a lot of things you said. You know, at the end of the day, the iPad is expensive, right? It's going to be a very expensive device, and it's going to be up there with the MacBooks. You know, I tell you that you might be right about recommending MacBooks if you want full Mac OS, but it comes down to the person interested, right? The iPad is powerful with no compromises, but you know what? It's still a tablet at the end of the day. It's still a tablet at the end of the day, bro. Oh, man, you know what, bro? I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, look, the iPad Pros is now closing the gap between Mac OS and iPad OS. And again, I say this, if you're a content creator that uses iPhones to film and Final Cut Pro, plus with Logic Pro, all these new updates, you definitely could get serious work done. Plus, with the M4 chip that's in it, gaming would be great. Ray tracing at high frame rates. I mean, look, Apple knows users, bro. Apple really knows users. That's all I can say, right? Look, we use Macs and iPads, right? Because you know why? It's the best, right? The best computers, the best tablets. So I can tell you this much, bro. If you want the best, you do have to pay for the best. And to me, and I know you, brother, that we use iPads and Macs, it works great for us. But we have filmmakers and content creators. And that's what I'm talking about. That's why, bro. You paying for the best, right? Especially in our line of work, right? Content creation, you know. Did Apple do enough? Plus, if you like these no fluff, no pads videos between me and the evil twin, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. But that's our thoughts so far about the new iPads. This is Eric. See you guys on the next video. Peace.